Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the What More Can I Say podcast. I am your host, Kapone, and I got my two dope-ass co-hosts right here. First up, as always, ladies first, representing that big girl magic, Keke. Hey. What's up?
Hey, shout out to all the big girls watching, honey. And happy Father's Day, guys.
Thank you. All right, and next up, I like to say he is the greediest dude I've ever met. To be so small, understand where he puts the food, and he's like my little brother, man. Zach Boog, what's up, boy?
What's up, brother? How come it ain't no like skinny man magic?
Oh, child.
I mean, y'all be holding it down for the big girl. I feel left out.
Come on, Zach. Give us that skinny man magic. Yeah.
Hey. Don't you ever ask for skinny dude magic? Hey, Keke, so let me ask you a question. This is something that okay, so we know Zach he's a skinny dude.
Yes, he is.
He's a skinny dude. He's a skinny dude.
Yeah, fun size.
So, fun size. Wow, a woman calls you
That's a compliment,
size.
Zach, that's a compliment.
Zach,
that's a compliment.
You called me fun size.
To a big girl, you know, Zach, anyway, Tom, get on with your question. You started stuff before. Zach, tell your Tom is starting stuff. Zach, don't fall for it. Do not fall for it. What you want, Tom? What was the question?
So the question is this, Keke.
No, Keke, you called me fun size.
That's the best I think I've ever heard. I ain't never heard. Okay, so look, Keke, you big girl, pretty girl. When dudes try to holler at you, because I know the big girls, tall girls, do y'all have a certain type of guy that y'all got to talk to because you just can't mess with them if they a certain size?
No. I don't know a woman who goes by that standards. Like some girls can't do, they short guys, can't date skinny guys. It just depends on the guy. A lot of snack size guys love them a big girl, okay? And y'all, Zach, you can laugh if you want to, but y'all be coming on strong too.
Oh yeah.
Skinny guys come harder than the taller guys or the big guys. They be shy, and I be like, y'all too tall to be shy. But the skinny guys, y'all come on strong. So Zach,
let me tell you why though. Because when you skinny or small, you got to be confident.
Yes.
You got to come with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm finna hit you with all this personality.
Yeah, because I be like, well, what you gonna do with me? And I've had some skinny guys be like, baby, just give me a chance.
So, give me a chance. You gotta come with that personality.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we potting for real right now. That's hilarious.
No, you
snack size. Snack size. She called your little ass fun size. I'm never gonna let you forget that.
That is a compliment. Okay?
I don't know. I don't think that's a compliment because when I think of fun size, I think of the little Twixes, the little Snickers.
And no, think of snack. I didn't say fun. I said snack size. You a snack. You a snack. Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Oh my God, it's getting worse. You a snack, bro.
Let's just move on.
Not a meal. Okay, all right. Yeah, you gotta take a drink. Drink, and let's go ahead and get to it. Keke, you on fire today, so let's go ahead and start with you. Over the weekend, unfortunately, we got to get a little bit serious, guys. Over the weekend, we had about 104 shootings, 13 people dead, including a 13-year-old and also a 3-year-old boy. On the heels of having all of this Black Lives Matter stuff, and we march and we protest and we're looting, we're tearing up our own neighborhoods. How does this make you feel after this crazy weekend that we just had? How does that make you feel in comparison to what's going on?
It's horrible. It's sad. And you know what? With the police going crazy and doing everything that they're doing, it's like, why now, guys? Like, can we just chill? Can you just put the guns down for just right now? Like, can you just chill for right now? This is the time we need to be policing ourselves. This is the time that there needs to be organization amongst the communities. Y'all killed a 3-year-old baby, a 13-year-old girl in her house. Like, the baby's not even going outside to play. We know they can't do that and be safe. Now they can't sit in the house and watch TV. Like, come on, bruh. And it's so unfortunate. And it's like, when is it gonna, like, how does it even end? I don't know.
It has to be some rules and regulations in the streets. You know what I'm saying? It just can't be a free for all just because I see you over here, but you know it's kids over here, or you know you see certain people who ain't got nothing to do with what the situation is. Leave that alone, man. I mean, I'm not a street dude. I know a lot of street guys. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that I know and rock with, you know, they have some type of integrity. Mm-hmm. You know, that like they wouldn't do certain things like that. And it's just human. Have integrity as a human. I mean, a 3-year-old. Come on, man. You talking about wasn't it a little boy?
Yep. And when did it become gangster to kill kids? Like, when do you get credit for killing kids? Like, that's some goofy. You a clown, really. So
it should be repercussions for that. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like in the street world, it should be repercussions for innocent, you know, bystanders like that. That's
I think it's weird. I think it's crazy because I could be the old guy and say, hey man, back in the day, like if somebody got killed in a neighborhood when it was gunplay, it was somebody that really did something that was nuts, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody raped somebody's sister. Somebody stole a large sum of money from somebody. Somebody did something to their mom. It was something that was just over the top big, and it wasn't saying it was right, but you kind of was like, okay, I get it. Right. These are what we're seeing is just senseless murders. At some point, it feels like, and just watching it and listening, and it feels like that it's disagreements that's causing this shoot. They're like, oh, I don't like you. You said something on Facebook. You said something on Instagram. You got live. You messing with my baby moms. These different type of things, and people are just picking up guns and they're shooting, and it's going all willy-nilly, and they don't care what's happening to the block. All I can say is this. For right now, it's a moment in time for Black people in general. And the quickest way to take our eyes off the prize is by killing each other. We're not going to ever step anything forward because people use this narrative, all the killings that happened in Chicago, and spread it all over the nation. And apply this to every Black community and every Black across the country. Like, see, they kill each other. They don't even care about each other. Mm-hmm. And the people that's watching, you just got to look at it and say, like, man, to be a Black person in America it's wild right now. We got to worry about violence from the police officers and violence in our own neighborhoods. When you can't go to your neighborhood to be safe, where you safe at?
Right. You can't even sit in the crib and be safe. Like,
where can you go?
Exactly.
And then another thing is, you know, I think we have to, it seems like when Chicago has shootings or big weekends where a lot of people are killed, it turns into national news so quick. Yeah. You know, it's just ironic how all the blogs are quick to pick up on the negative. You know what I'm saying? But the positive things that go on, you know, like the big Juneteenth celebration that happened in the South Loop, I didn't see anything about that happened this past weekend. Nobody talked about that. I was in a march called Men That Pray Walk, and it was like walking through Bronzeville, you know, down King Drive, like praying for the community and for the city. And no, I didn't see not one news crew. Nobody had anything to say about that. But the shootings, it becomes not even just local news. I'm talking about national news, like, oh, Chicago again. And that's so disheartening to me. You know what I'm saying? The city gets such a bad rap when I understand things do happen, and I'm not condoning them at all. But come on, man, it's not all that. Like that's the only picture they're painting.
Yeah, they use the headlines to change the narrative, and we got to stop being goofy enough to give them the material to change our story. So
that's it. That's it. You're right. You got to stop being goofy enough to change the story. You got to be able to say, look, man, I got to figure out another way. I can't keep doing this, because I'm telling you, the longest we keep killing each other, the less everybody else will care about us. And it gives everybody that's a racist, and they're going to turn and look. See, they don't even care about themselves. They would have been marching up and down the street had it been one of us that did it. What's the difference between it? If we all equal, what's the difference if I do it and somebody else does, and their own race does? It's counterproductive to the growth of the race. It's counterproductive to what we're trying to accomplish as a culture. So I hope we get our stuff together. We can go on and on about that. because it really upsets me about the 13-year-old and the 3-year-old, man. It just upsets me, because like, come on, guys. But we can move on. Swizz, Beatz, and Drake. Swizz Beatz continues. He took a shot at Drake before a long time ago on Drink Champs. Also, now he's had this conversation with Busta Rhymes about a song that wasn't released, and but he got to calling them all type of vagina boys. And now he didn't say vagina, he called them the P word. When you call another man the P word, a P boy, that's some different type of stuff. What do you think is going on here, Zach?
This is your kind. I need to ask you this question, because these is light on light crime. These are two light-skinned brothers, at odds over what? Why are these two light-skinned brothers at odds? Because they're light-skinned and emotional. Yes. And something about when them light-skinned brothers get that feeling, they can't hold it in. They gotta let it out. Call the P word. Then it's like, why did you do that, Swizz? You happily in your career, you went to Harvard, bro. Yep. You went to Harvard.
Yep.
You got a Harvard degree. You're married to Alicia Keys. You got plenty of money. You got the versus battle going. What makes the light skin still come out and make you attack Drake? Please defend your kind. Defend your people.
The people want to know, so what happened?
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you this, and this is me. This is all speculation, everybody. So I'm just saying what I feel.
Speak for the light-skinned man.
I feel like there's only one thing that makes light-skinned dudes emotional. I'm gonna tell you, women. That's it. Women make us more. Women and money.
Okay.
Make us get them up, but women in particular will cause us to go lose our. We write songs about them. We subliminal Instagram posts. Our hair fall out. See, I ain't got none. Everything happens because of a woman. I'm telling you, this I feel like, and this is just me. This is all hearsay. For every time that Swizz Beatz has said anything about Drake, has been always. It can't be jealousy because he said, okay, Drake never released the Fancy video. Okay, fine. Okay, he might be a little tight about that, but they made money off. He made money. All right, Drake didn't release Busta Rhymes' song. That's not even his song. But he mad about that. All right, cool. So the only thing that I say is this. Drake did do a song with Alicia Keys.
Yep, it was a hit too.
Ooh, it's a hit. It's the remix to what is it?
It's that slow song. I don't know, but the old stations played it for like a year straight.
It was hard.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you this. One thing about Alicia Keys, not saying it. Look, I've interviewed Alicia Keys. I'm gonna tell you this. That's one of those women you don't want to look in her eyes because you're just gonna lock in, and she just mesmerizes you. Now, Drake probably took the mesmerizing that was happening from Alicia Keys, great energy pouring out of her body, and maybe shot his shot. Because Drake, we all know, is a habitual woman. Talk to her or try to talk to or try to take. He doesn't care. He thinks every woman's gonna say yes. That's not the case. Now that's the only thing I can think about. He shot his shot at Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys turned him down, told Swizz, and ever since then, Swizz has always taken a shot at him. It's the only thing that makes sense.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I got you on that tone, but here's one thing. This is the difference between dark-skinned brothers and light-skinned brothers, Keke. Okay.
Teach the people, Zach.
A light-skinned brother will get upset, call you all type of P words, and then the next morning say he's sorry.
Sorry. That's okay, because that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting to get to that point. Swizz, like,
sorry.
How you so gangster the night before, and in a matter of hours, you get up talking about Happy Father's Day, Drake. I got beside myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want Swizz is in that legendary lane, okay? He was, and I don't want you on Instagram hosting interviews and being messy. I definitely don't want you on Instagram apologizing the next day. What was that like? How you a rough rider saying sorry?
Look at that, Keke. That's it, Keke. You the problem right there.
What
That's the problem. When women get to coaxing dudes on, I can't believe you didn't say sorry. He's like, oh, what you mean? I should have said sorry. Now the beef continues. Keke, this is the thing. He thought about his money. He thought about all of those corporate sponsorships that he had, and Swizz has, by going off. And, you know, Drake's connected. Somebody called him and said, hey, man, just get on there and apologize. But I'm going to tell you this. Somebody would have to tell me any different. Swizz not hurt for money that a song didn't come out. He ain't tripping.
Okay.
And this is a fact. He ain't tripping on music not coming out. He rich. He rich. He Swizz Beatz. What other reason do you have to be mad and call him a pussy boy? Why? Because he's more famous than you? It doesn't make sense. Yeah. It doesn't make everybody Swizz has ever worked with is more famous than him. Word more famous than DMX, more famous than him. Jay-Z, more famous than him. It's just, so he doesn't have an ego issue. The only thing that can make a light-skinned dude upset, I guarantee you, the habitual woman talk to her. Drake has had more beef with dudes because he continues to try to holler at everybody's chick. Ye's, we allegedly tried to holler at Ye chick. Yes. Nicki was in a whole relationship. Drake allegedly tried to holler at Nicki. Yes. I mean, we can keep going down the list. Serena Williams was talking to Common allegedly, and Drake came in and went to the game. And he was like, yo, we just friends. Drake has never seen a woman that he will not shoot a shot at. I'm not mad at it, but it's dangerous.
It is. I mean, didn't Diddy slap him? Like, is this? He got slapped back then. Yeah, like Drake wilding. But that's besides the point, because DMX would never get on the internet and apologize the next day. So I feel like Swizz need to take Rough Riders off his resume. And yes, now he's a Harvard student. He ain't a Rough Rider, because why is you apologizing to Drake?
Can't compare him to DMX. Cocaine had a lot to do with DMX's aggression. Cocaine.
I'm just saying.
But you know what? Dark-skinned brothers don't apologize for our faults.
Period.
We just take it to the grave, baby.
Okay. All right. So let's take it to the grave. Let's go to this. Father's Day, man. Let the dad be a dad. Everybody's putting it up. I actually have it on my Instagram page. Will Smith talking about fathers and dads being a dad. How do you guys feel about it? Who wants to go first? Keke, go ahead, jump in there.
I mean, I felt like that was very transparent of Will. We always see him have such a happy spirit about him. We always see him just completely holding everything together, and he's just that fun light. But it was good to see him in like a different light and being transparent. But I really felt like he wanted to cuss Jada out in that moment, because she probably had been really bothering him. And you know how like you just like take that opportunity. Like, he broke down, he got emotional, and she was just kind of looking at him like, watch what you say. So I thought it was great, but I just really felt like it was some other stuff he wanted to tell Jada, but he couldn't. However, when he said let a dad be a dad, that's cool, that's fine. And you know, he was like, even when we make mistakes, let us be dads. But it's a different, like, are you a little Boosie type of daddy? Or because like we can't just let little Boosie be, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody got to intervene. Like, you know.
Can't be going to get my baby. Can't take your sons to go get.
I love Boosie, but you know, you can't just let him be Boosie with the kids. Clearly,
yeah. And so Zach, how you feeling about what you say? You a dad and a soon-to-be new dad again? What's going on?
Well, actually, I didn't see Will's clip. I actually have it pulled up.
So you didn't do your homework for the pod then, huh?
No.
So you just came on the show unprepared, everybody, Zach. That's how you gonna do it. That's how you do it, people. We just got fans, Zach. We just started getting fans.
He done messed it up. Dark skin, messed it up.
But I do agree with letting the dad be a dad.
Okay.
As long
as Zach, mute yourself or something, bro. I'm going to speak right at this moment.
Ooh.
All right. I'm like, because you don't know what's going on right now.
I'm finna listen to it while you talk. Hold on.
Okay, cool. All right, cool.
Yeah,
well, Zach
excuse him, y'all.
God, look at you. All right, so what my feeling is this, is that I feel like you always hear anybody, single mom, I came from a single mom, and you only hear the mama side of the story. you only hear the mama side of the story. You're just like, oh, okay. You know, you hear the mama side of the story, and then you know what you know from your interactions with your dad. But then you grow up, and you become a man, and you realize maybe that story is a little skewed your way, mama.
Like, but look, Dad's got to be around. Like, Dad got to be around.
No, I'm not saying dads can't not come around, but I'm gonna tell you a secret. I'm gonna tell you, and this is the thing, and this is where being a dude, and I'm going to take it. And people can comment and let me know if you feel like I'm wrong. I feel like dads take a beating, right? So in a sense like this, so you got the kid. We broke up. We're not together. Now, a lot of times we might be terrible boyfriends, but we're great dads. And that's something that's real. Me and you might not have matched forever, but we might have had a moment where we got together and we had our kid, right?
Right.
So now as a dad, you gotta just think about this if you're a dude. You gotta, no matter how much you with your kids, if you could be with your kids 24 hours a day, you be living with them. So you can't. So let's say weekends, every other weekend, whatever it might be, your girlfriend or your ex-girlfriend ends up getting to another relationship with another guy. Now you got a whole dude talking shit to you, talking shit to you like, I'm around your kid more than you. I'm with your kid more than you. Because, and I hate it when I hear guys say it. I hate when I hear women say it, because you know why? She comes with the kid, bro. It's no way. This is not a negotiation. You're not doing nothing special.
It's not a competition, though.
It's not a competition, but you have guys. So this is my point. You have guys that will put themselves in a position just because they're in the woman's life and try to make you feel less than. You have no way of being in the life really as much as he is if he's with her all the time. Okay, you got to deal with that. You got to deal with a dude being around your kid. Then you got to deal with the fact that you only seeing your kid on a certain amount of time. Then you got to deal with the fact that you and the girl, y'all at odds, and women can say some wild stuff. And some dudes, and I don't think it's the right thing to do, but some dudes get that beating from the woman and they back up. They back up. They get tired of being a nutting ass dude. They get tired of hearing you don't do nothing when they just gave their last bit of money, and and then the boyfriend talking crazy to you, she talking crazy to you. Your daughter, your son is they looking at you like, because they heard the mama talking. It's a lot of stuff that happens in that. And all I say is what Will said was super perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. I feel like for everybody, in my opinion, the situation of being the co-parent is tough.
Right.
Tough as hell. You have to not make an already tough situation even harder to deal with. So whatever you can do to make it easier, make it easier. Whether it's the guy whatever you got to do to make it easier, whatever to make it conducive for her. If you getting tired of always going to pick her up, you got to pick your daughter up.
Period.
So what to see it? You just got to do it.
Yes.
You got to do it.
Yes.
You just got. It's certain things you just got to do to make it easy.
You got to make some sacrifices because that's the choice you made, not to stay with it didn't work out. Whatever the case. Yeah. It didn't work out.
But it's always on the guy if the choice is fucked up.
Huh? It's always the guy.
A lot of times when things don't work out, it's on the guy because it didn't work out.
Right. That's true.
But that might not be the case.
But even if it's not the case, both parents have to be mature enough to put themselves aside and do what's best for the kids. So whether I get a new boyfriend or not, you still need to be taking care of your responsibility as a dad, whether you like the new boyfriend, whatever the case may be. And my advice to fathers who are not in the household with their children is to do the most. Do the most. As much time as you can spend, as much effort as you can give it, do it. And then she can't fix something out to call you a deadbeat or say you can't do
But what if they still do it?
Well, they can talk. They can talk, but your child knows. In today's technology, all kids have iPads, all kids have cell phones. You can FaceTime your daughter. You can check in with your kid. You can go to the teacher-parent meetings. You could have a relationship with the school yourself. Everything the mom can do, you can do just as much being outside the house. without her interference with today's technology. You don't need
That
to go.
Sounds great, Keke. That sounds great.
But
That sounds great if you're a guy. That sounds great. But what do you do if you're a guy like me and Zach?
What?
What do you do? What do you do if you are busy 24/7? What if you're busy? What do you do?
That's a tough. I just saw I don't mean to cut y'all off, but I just saw the clip, and I get out, and I was listening to the clip and listening to what Tone was saying, and I hear what Tone is saying. What he's saying is you can only do so much with the limited time. Okay, so I mean, if you're a busy man and your kids don't stay right there with you, you got to understand that you still have to understand the role of a father, and the role of the father is to protect and to provide.
Yes.
Okay. So if I'm not there, guess what? My kids will not want for anything. You know what I'm saying? They gonna know they taken care of. My dad wasn't with me from high school, like 9th grade, until I went to college. You know what I'm saying? And I never felt it because I talked to him every single day. I talked to him every day. He always sent me, if I needed anything, he sent it. It was like, you know what I'm saying? I never felt that he wasn't there like that. You know what I'm saying? Because we still had such a strong relationship. It's all about relationship, not necessarily seeing somebody every day. You can see somebody every day and hate their guts. You know what I'm saying? You can see somebody every day and they be a terrible ass parent. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's really about the relationship that you build. So in an ideal world, you know, I always look at because I know, you know how DJ Envy got all the kids, right? And I always be like, and I know he be working all the time, you know, and that's kind of like my dad I look up to without, you know what I'm saying? Because we had such a big family, and it looks like he's like, when dad is active and engaged, all bets are off. Anything y'all want, you know what I'm saying, you can do. It's like, you have to just, and that's what I mean by making the most out of the moments. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what you have to do as a dad. And like Will Smith was just saying, it's like, you got to let a dad be a dad. And as a dad, as a father, let me provide. Let me be the protector. Let me be the disciplinarian when I have to be. But in those moments when I have them, guess what? We turn it up. You know what I'm saying? Everything.
You got to just do it. And then, you know, and you know, I won't go into a lot of the personal things that happened with me, but it was just, for me, is that, I understand it because I come from it. I've been on the other side, so I know the mentality of what a kid is thinking. Like, man, my dad, does he want me around? Is this? So I always try to be there in that sense. Sometimes you can't, but I know my kids are provided for in a different way than my dad. No shade to him, that he couldn't provide. And then, like I said, when you grow up and you understand male-female relationships, you got to realize that your mama and your daddy, everybody holds their mom and their dad up on this pedestal, as they should. As they should. But at the end of the day, they're still a man and a woman, and they have issues, they have problems, they have stuff. And you gotta look at your mama, and it's tough for a dude to look at his mama and say, "You a pistol." When my mama was young, she probably told a couple people some things. That's right where I got my mouth from. I'm more than positive that's where it is. And she would tell some people something. I'm sure she probably told my dad a few things. And my dad is a person that doesn't like people to say anything crazy to him. So now you look at it like, ooh, she could say that to that. She probably said that to him, said something crazy to him, and he was like, pfft. You know what I mean? Like, and that's, so you kind of get an understanding. Not saying that anybody's right. It's just a thing that I think that helped me understand and really kind of cherish the relationship that I have with my dad right now. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. As I become older and I become a man, we've definitely gotten tighter. And I understand some of the stuff that maybe he had to go through. So, you know, I mean, it is what it is. I think Will said it perfectly, though. Everybody, you gotta let a dad be a dad and be willing to accept him in his imperfections. So if his imperfections is if he works a lot and he's trying to provide and he's doing these things, you can't call him a deadbeat because he can't spend time. when you can call him and ask him for any amount of money and he gonna come up with it.
But guys, I just want to say
That's the trade-off.
I just want to say this. I don't want you to think that the providing replaces the importance of a relationship. So what my point is, I'm just saying, you can work as hard as you want, you can provide as much as you want, but at the end of the day, a 5-minute FaceTime call with your kid will change their life every day. So even though if you're in a different state, if you know my dad's traveling the country and he's working and he's providing for me, I know that and I feel that because I'm not wanting for anything. But a 5-minute FaceTime call or a check-in with the teacher every 2 weeks, just so the mother can't say you were dead. You know what I'm saying? Don't give her nothing to say about you. You working hard, you're doing your best. We appreciate that. But at the same time, just make sure you have that relationship with your child so that they don't have to wait till they're older to be like, so Dad, what happened? Why you really wasn't around? You know, you have established that throughout their entire life. Like, look, I'm in New York, this is what I'm doing, and I'm doing it for you. And that's all a kid, wants.
That's true, though. That's all they want. Because that's when my dad wasn't there, that's all I needed. You know what I'm saying? Was them conversations,
Why I get them conversations? It's tough love, you soft suckers. No, I'm just playing.
I want to hug Zach.
Let's talk about this. Honestly, I almost teared up, and I hate when I tear up because that's a light skinned thing to do.
Can't help it,
Bubba
brother.
Wallace, NASCAR, the beautiful moment, getting the noose put in his locker, and then what? How did y'all feel about it when you heard about it, and then seeing the tribute to the other drivers in NASCAR? How did you feel when you saw that?
Hey, Keke, go ahead, because I got to grab my charger real quick, and I cannot let my phone die during the pod.
Bye, Zach.
You did not come to pod today, bro. We got to think of some kind of fining system. We got to, everybody, please.
Who want to fill in for Zach next week?
Right. We got to end these. Hey, Zach, Jesus Christ.
That's okay, Zach. I know you a hardworking man. It's all right. But
try to take care of these children.
I know, Zach. In all seriousness, though, this was very disturbing. But I also feel like it was just 2020 altogether. Everything has been horrible, but yet necessary. Like, we've been on lockdown. People been getting in better relationships with their family. Through everything that the Black community is going through, other cultures in the world are now opening their eyes and realizing the problems that we face. Again, this man being the only Black man in the top 10 of NASCAR. I know nothing about NASCAR, but that's what I got. And, him being the only Black man, and for America to be somewhat moving forward in the moving forward with what I'm trying to say, racially, everybody opening their eyes, waking up, right? For that to happen to him was horrible, but yet necessary, because it put a spotlight on how racist this country still is. We've been all week, there's been reports of Black men being hanging from trees. And the racists in this country are making themselves loud and clear. It's still a lot of them, and they still haven't accepted the change that is coming. So we still have a lot more work to do. The fact that this man is in the top 10 of NASCAR, and for him to go through something like that, while men across the country are being hanging from trees, it's a lot deeper than just
I get it, but I'm gonna tell you something. I don't believe nothing NASCAR is saying.
You don't? You don't think it happened?
No, I believe it happened for sure. Okay. I don't believe that NASCAR cares and is apologetic about it. NASCAR, it don't get more white and it don't get more racist than NASCAR.
No. Okay, so look,
name a more racist sport.
Zach, I'm not going to say that.
They just got rid of Confederate flags like yesterday.
And it was because of him.
Zach, you are trying to get the pod taken off. This is where the militant Black college Zach, Alpha Phi Alpha Zach comes out. I'm not going to say that it's the most racist sport. What I will say is this. This is a sport that hasn't had a lot of Black folks in it. And that's because a lot of Black people, we just don't race cars. We don't have the money and the things. There's not a lot of black people in hockey. All of the sports that take a lot of money, we don't appear in. You want to know why we're so good in basketball? Because it takes nothing to play. You can go somewhere. It's free to go. The YMCA, on the park, you can go. Football, if you can run and catch, you pretty much sold. You pretty
That's
good.
not true.
Okay, because I'm waiting on him to get to golf.
Because that's not
golf
true.
is expensive. How many golf people? That's what I'm saying. It's not a lot of us in sports.
It don't matter. We just need one.
Baseball.
We just need one.
But we need. It's not about it costing a lot. It's just we just need access to it. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean it's not a lot? It's hard to get a car to race. Where are you going to learn? Those kids,
because you know what makes it real hard? When they don't have black drivers. and you're not allowed to drive the car.
And most black folks, guess where we live at? We live in the inner cities. We live in inner cities. How many back ass roads is it to race on dirt trails? No, that's what they want to start at.
I understand what you're saying. But if you go down Lower Wacker Drive, a whole bunch of black folks racing cars. Let me tell you another thing.
Let me just dry snitched.
You know, I know what time they do it. It'd be about 2 to like 4 in the morning. I mean,
his friends be down there.
Now, let me tell you another thing. We just don't have. I mean, all sports in America in the beginning were all white. Basketball included, football, everything. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Some sports let you in at some point. What I'm trying to tell you about NASCAR is yesterday in 2020, maybe last week, they just banned the Confederate flag.
Just did it.
That's why I called it the most racist sport out there. Okay, let me give you a sport that black people aren't in, but I think we would be amazing at. Gymnastics. Think about it. Every black dude you know can flip. Cold in Tim's, off the gate, off a mattress. We would dominate if we was like into that. Like we would dominate flip.
You know gymnastics, Zach.
Wait, and did you call it? We would dominate flipping. That's what you called it.
We would dominate flipping.
Y'all missing the point.
Look, I'm gonna tell you this. I think that, of course, I believe it. I think NASCAR is doing the right thing. I think they're trying to bring inclusion because whenever you bring more people to a sport, you're going to bring more money to the sport. Everybody knows that when you brought more black folks to golf, it's just more money to the sport. It's always going to happen, right? Well, perfect example. This is just to me was another example, another answer to anybody that's ever said the dumbass thing that they say, all lives matter. We know all lives matter, but you see, the black man was the only one that got a noose put in his garage. There's an example of it. So whenever somebody says like the Fraternal Order of Police, the president, when he was asked, does Black Lives Matter? His response was, all lives matter. I said, you're a jackass, because that's cold. That's a code. That's a racist code. I feel like it's cold because anybody knows all lives matter. And here's another example. So you want to know why people are holding up signs? That's why. I think NASCAR is doing a great job with it. I think that they knew they had a problem. They just looked over it. The fact they could have kept this. They could have swept this under the rug. NASCAR is the one that released the publicity, that told the PR about it. They let the media report out about it. So I feel like they could have kept this internal and did an internal investigation. I'm sure they've had other things that have happened and had internal investigations that probably just didn't want to ruffle any feathers. But now that we're in this space, everybody is going to be inclusive. You have to do it because it's going to affect your bottom line. And at the end of the day, nobody wants the economics played with, if that makes sense.
Tom's so nice. He always gives such nice credit.
He's so nice. I can't believe he's being nice to NASCAR.
But, you know, I cannot credit that to NASCAR. I will give my credit to Boobie Wallace, or what's his name, Bubba Wallace.
It's Bubba Wallace.
You know, I don't know nothing about no NASCAR child. I tried to tell y'all that. But, you know, I give the credit to him because he spoke out about it. And he put his foot, you know, he put the pressure down as far as like, you know, you guys need to get rid of the Confederate flag. And then when this happened to him, he did not hesitate to speak out. Had he not spoken out, Now, I do think they would have swept it under the rug. But because he spoke out and because of the times that this country is in, a lot of these organizations and companies have no choice but to move forward with the, showing that they are not as racist as people think they are. So, I don't give NASCAR credit. I give it.
Both of y'all think NASCAR is racist. That's what it sounds
know for a fact NASCAR is a very racist. The culture of NASCAR is very racist, and I know that. I know that factually, and I won't say why on the pod because I don't want to incriminate anybody. But I know for a fact that the culture of NASCAR, that's what I'm trying to get you to realize, Tom. The culture, it all started all white at one point. But everybody was inclusive. NASCAR just got rid of the Confederate flag last week.
Zach said
I can't defend it.
I mean, they was waving them. They was waving them before COVID, bro.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And it wasn't nothing wrong with it. Nobody saw nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
I don't understand the Confederate flag and the people that raise it and do it. And it's like, I don't understand. Because it doesn't make, I guess seeing it, I was like, you're raving racist. And it doesn't, I just laugh at it because I'm like, you're on the wrong side of history. Like, you lost. That's the losing flag. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're really representing a bunch of people who lost and then roamed the countryside and tried to terrorize slaves still because they lost. And they still lost. And just so the people that still, for some odd reason, that think black people are getting ready to go away and somehow end up back on the plantation, boss, it's not going to ever happen. So I always look at the people that have Confederate flags like, we hate you people, and we do this, and we do this. I always look at them like you have to drink river water and have bacteria in your head because you have to drink. And then, like I said, it's still to me, and like I said this before, and for white women to be as racist as they are to Karens, like, do you realize, white ass Karen, that white men thought you had no brain in your head and you could vote? They didn't allow you to work or nothing. And they thought you were too stupid to make a decision for yourself.
So I want the Karens across the world to know that you have a struggle too.
You got to. They thought you were dumb. White men thought you were incapable of thought.
Listen,
like the only thing you could do was cook, clean, and have babies. It's amazing to me. It's just amazing to me.
And he'd say, "I'm gonna get the podcast cast."
I was,
Wow, he makes statements like that.
Hey, if anybody wants to join me next week, because apparently I'll be the only one here. Oh my God.
Oh, okay. So let's go. Speaking of women, this is the funniest story ever. That Tamar Braxton slept with Jermaine Dupri's daddy.
Why is that so funny?
That's so nasty.
Why is that funny?
So nasty. Tamar Braxton has sex with that man. Oh my God.
Hey,
why is that
that's
nasty?
So nasty.
That's very weird.
Why is that weird?
Tamar is definitely younger than Jermaine, isn't he? 100%.
I think Tamar's like 40 or something, 41 or something. That's not old.
She's still younger than Jermaine.
She's okay. Listen,
but that's that man's daddy.
What's wrong with that?
No.
How did you let somebody marry daddy talk you out your pants?
Well, I don't know because ain't nobody married daddy ever talking me out mad.
But saying, Keke, you wouldn't look at somebody married daddy like, bruh.
Listen, I've heard that Jermaine Dupri's daddy is notorious in Atlanta for the ladies. I've heard rumors about him sleeping with Candy from Housewives. I've heard, you hear that rumor back in the day. Mm-hmm. So, he's been known to, smash younger women, and Tamar just happened to be one of them. Now, what I thought was funny that she got whooped in the elevator, and we just not hearing about it by his wife. So
yes, the stepmother. Now, K. Michelle is a notorious storyteller. First of all, K. Michelle, and I wish people would stop messing with K. Michelle. K Michelle is ready to go at all times. I don't know what happened to Zach Boog at this point. I don't know what's going on with Zach and the pod, everybody, but we gonna keep, me and Keke gonna keep podding.
Zach is drinking that Apple Crown Royal, and I don't know what, he acting like somebody granddaddy tonight. I don't know what's going on.
But
yeah, K Michelle, okay.
K Michelle, this is my thing. I don't understand why people mess with K Michelle. K Michelle's a Delta, went to FAMU. She ready at all times to let people have it. And from what I heard about K Michelle at FAMU, she was a jokester, like made everybody laugh. That's why she's so quick.
Yes.
My point being is that if K Michelle knows something about you, don't have beef with her because she's gonna let it out.
Exactly.
She gonna let it out. And the fact that the brat told everybody, I was like, oh, Brat, you didn't have to. The brat went in there and threw a little salt in there. She's like, look, I got a new radio show. I'm out here with this new morning show. I got to do it.
Hi, Zach.
Hey, Zach. Hey, Zach,
right.
We're doing a podcast called One More Can I Say Podcast.
Welcome.
Hey, just want to let y'all know. Hey, listen, I had the phone plugged up, but then the plug came out the wall. And then that's why I went out. I'm so sorry. But can I please talk about Jermaine Dupri's Jermaine Dupri's father smashing Tamar Braxton?
Please, go ahead.
Go ahead.
That's nasty. It's all types of nasty. And think about it. Like, Tamar isn't even someone who should be starstruck. She's a Braxton. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She's a whole Braxton. Her sister is Toni Braxton. I'm pretty sure Toni Braxton. Think about, like, you know, when you get on with somebody, let's say Keke, let's say me and Tone were single, right?
Yeah.
And we went out and we was like, hey, Keke got some fine friends. You know what I'm saying? That's how we got connected with your friends, right? I'm pretty sure the men that Toni Braxton has probably dated had some dudes. Like, if they was like, oh yeah, Tamar smashed one of Birdman's homeboys. You know, I can see that. You know, because you know she mess with Birdman. But I see no connection from Tamar Braxton to Jermaine Dupri's father. First of all, this is our first time ever hearing about Jermaine Dupri's father. It's not like it's Drake dad. You know, we know about Drake dad. Drake dad be out. I can see that.
I promise y'all, this is how his daddy was.
But so you saying, Keke, that you've heard notorious rumors. Go ahead and tell you heard rumors that Jermaine Dupri's father is a womanizer in Atlanta.
Okay, first of all, I did not say that. Okay, you put words all in my mouth. I did not say a womanizer. I just said that he is known around Atlanta. I think he's a music executive from back in the day. So he's in the industry. He's in the lifestyle. I've heard that he smashed other, young girls, part of girl groups and things like that. So I'm not shocked that he's, smashed Tamar. What I'm shocked about is she got beat up in the elevator. Now, she got like 10 sisters. Where was Tawanda and Trina and where was they at? And the brat confirmed it as if she was in the elevator. So it's just a mess. I need a video of the fight, but outside of that, I'm not shocked at all. And why y'all acting like y'all don't, men don't like younger women? Cut it out.
I do. Okay, I do.
Okay.
But look, I'm not gonna lie. If a woman smashed my dad, though, she skipped over me and smashed my dad, I'm gonna be messed up for a little while. She was like, "No, I don't want the younger version of him. I want the older version."
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Jermaine Dupri. Look, I don't know. It's gross. It's gross in a way. Like, damn, Tamar, you smashed a married dude, and it was somebody daddy like Jermaine Dupri. It's insanity, and it proves what I say all the time. And I'm sure it's more people watching from Georgia, Atlanta. There's some wild stuff going on in Atlanta, and there's another point and another example. That it does not matter. It is going down in the A. All the time.
Man.
Oh my God. All right, let's get ready to do this, man. Let's go Battle of Sexes. Get ready to close this up. Yeah. Episode 8 has been crazy. How do you guys feel about this? Should a woman ever pay for dates? Keke, of course, you going first.
No, and no. Y'all don't appreciate it. It's a sign of weakness to y'all. We start paying for dates. Y'all start talking about your cell phone bills. Y'all start trying to, ask for other stuff real subtly. Like, no, act broke. The city girl, let me tell you something. The city girl, the JT Young Miami have taught this new generation, we don't pay for nothing. There you go.
Well, if you're quoting the City Girls, I listened to that new album, and their music is really mean.
What?
Okay? Because
it's inspirational.
No, it's very mean.
Inspirational.
So you mean to tell me a man who may be a little financially unstable can't get no booty at all?
None. Get on your feet first. You need to be worried about getting on your feet before you worried about getting up in something else. So yeah, no. Period.
It's mean.
What about these dusty ass chicks that's not on their feet? You can't tell me to get on my.
Well,
have you seen some of these Instagram models? You seen their bedrooms? I know what bad furniture looks like because I had it before. I was like, you want to talk this? Yeah, you was just on a private jet, but you got that Target ass comforter. I see it. I know it. Target got about 7 patterns, and you know all of them when you see them. I can tell you this.
I like Target, by the way. Shout out to Target.
Yeah, I did.
You can tell who's rich here. Anyway.
No, I'm not rich, but I will say this. I don't believe in women paying for dates. I don't believe in women paying for dates. And I'm not going to date them. I'm with Keke, Zach. Yeah. I'm not going to ask a woman out on a date until I'm on my feet in a way. Now, if you have expectations, now it's a whole nother thing. Because I know the type of women I'm going to date. I never forget. And look, everybody, I just got to tell the story. Yeah. It's nothing to it. It's nothing never happened. It's me telling a story. So I go do Dish Nation. In Atlanta. Portia's there. Portia's super cool. I met Portia 1,001 times. When I get back, the fellas ask me, hey man, did you shoot your shot at Portia? This is when Portia's single, I'm single. I was like, hell no. Why? I know when something's out of my price range when I see it. I know that Portia is going to expect me to take her to places that when I get that bill, it's going to get a little uncomfortable. It's going to get a lot uncomfortable. Portia's used to open up a menu and being like, whatever I want on there, and we can just order the whole menu and figure out what we want. No. So I know that Portia will be expecting you to, hey, if you wanted to come see you, okay. Where you gonna fly Portia? You can't put on certain airlines. She got to be first class. She definitely not gonna go for the A boarding.
But you dated her coworker.
No, I never dated I never dated.
No. You dated somebody in Portia's league. So what changed?
Well, I started making more money.
Okay. Okay, because I'm about to say now. Wait, whoa, what you saying here?
But to be honest with you, I really probably didn't have no business dating her too. It was a little bit of a stretch. I had to make sure I was getting #1 ratings. I was getting bonuses. I was doing whatever I could.
Working harder than he ever worked.
If I could have got away with sliding on some Uber X's, I'd have rolled that Uber X and make sure I had a little patent in case she wanted to be so crazy. Because women like that don't want to go to Cancun. They want to go to Greece. And they don't want to stay in an Airbnb. They want to stay in the 5-star. No, you just gotta know, man. And that's what I'll let Zach jump in. I'll tell you this, ladies, and this is something you can just take with you. If a man asks you to pay, you don't have very good vagina. That's probably it. No. No man is going to make a woman that has great vagina pay. He's just not. And that's the truth.
Oh, my goodness.
Just the truth. So if you've been asked to pay, understand you probably need some work on something. Y'all not sexually connecting in a way. It's the truth.
Okay. I was with you until you went there. But okay.
That's funny.
Right, but okay.
It's never a podcast episode until Tone brings up vagina.
Never.
It's
Never.
not.
Never. Like if you got
Keke,
grade A vagina, you can order whatever you want. Now if you got B, you got that mid, then you can order like Tone. No.
It's just drinks and apps. Look,
I can't stand him.
And if you got grade C, you pay.
Right. You pay.
We going
and
Dutch.
you leaving a tip. And you leaving a tip. God.
like the tip $8.
Man.
Come on, you got 4. Now, Keke, are you cooking for a man that's you're not connected with sexually?
I'm just.
Nah. I mean, you shouldn't be cooking it. Go ahead, Zach.
I asked this question, and I'm not, I've paid for 95% of the dates that I've ever been on. Okay, just to give you that. But I do want to let you know that the question was, should women escalate for dates? And what I'm saying, the reason that question even came up is because I saw a young lady who said, she was like, okay, she went on the first date, he paid, and then she was like, ooh, I want to see you again. She asked him out, and she paid. Now, I think that's respectful. You know what I'm saying? She was just like, okay, I can pay for this one because it's about getting to know you. See, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, it's all about the intent and the motive. If I start feeling a little tried, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind paying. But if I start feeling like, oh, you trying to get over, or, oh, this is just kind of just so you eat free thing. Oh, no. I can get real cheap and real stingy quick. Once I feel that energy of like, oh, she think it's sweet. Oh, she think, you ever had a chick?
What makes you feel that way?
I'm just saying, I'm gonna give fellas a few tips. All right.
Come on, Zach. Give him a tip because I'm gonna say you ain't getting that many free meals off me.
If she bring her friends to a one-on-one date, brother, you get work. Okay, you sweet. You are sweet out here. Okay. Don't let her bring no friends that she didn't tell you about. So now, because she told them he about to pay for everything, girl. Don't worry about it. See, if I feel any energy of try, I'm petty. I've had this has been my single days. I was in the club and the chick, they be thinking, 'cause I was throwing parties and stuff, and she was like, yeah, we go. Can you get my friends in? So get your friends in. Of course, you don't go to the club by yourself. Come on, they good. They can come on in. All right. Then you get to the bar. It's like, oh, we need something to drink.
But I'm gonna tell you, that's the power, though. That's a power to do it. To do it though is the best.
Thank you, Tone. Yes, I like.
I'm not saying, but you gotta pick the ones that you can do it with, Zach.
Thank you.
What Tone just said is, if you got it, it ain't nothing to you to buy a couple.
No, that's not what.
That's what Tone just said. Don't let him fool you, Zach. That's
not what he said. He's talking about.
Saying if I'm after your vagina, I am going to pay for you and your girls to eat.
You know what?
I'm gonna pay for y'all to drink.
That's what he's saying. He's saying it's leverage in that.
It's leverage.
So you only do that if you smashed already?
No, you may do it on the pursuit.
On the pursuit, or if I smashed and it was great. Because I already know if you tell me to meet you and your girls out, I know what that means. Meet me and my girls out, we out hanging out. They done already started the tab. I'm gonna have, and then they say, have a drink. I'm gonna have a drink. What happens now? I'm tied to this bill and I have to pay. So a lot of times, like if I don't feel like paying, I've had women invite me out for drinks and with their girls, oh, come meet me out, come on, hang out. I'm not going because I don't want to pay. One, sometimes I don't like your dusty friends and I want them to drink.
Okay, I appreciate the honesty, but you have no problem paying for if you like the girl, or you only paying for the vagina later?
No, I'm paying if I like her, if I think we got a vibe. Of course, if we're sexually active with one another, of course I'm doing that. I'm not. I'm a one woman man.
Yeah.
Keke, should a woman be the only person that cooks for a man?
What do you mean? No. Y'all need to cook too. I see what you're trying to get at. Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Nothing wrong with you cooking. I don't mind paying for your birthday dinner. I don't mind taking you out, something like your birthday. Other than that, everything else you should pay. But, that's about it. What's wrong with paying for a date?
I'm just seeing the expectations because, you know what I'm saying, with a man, that's what I'm asking.
But y'all expect a lot from women as well. What I'm hearing from this guy over here is he expect the women to have some good vagina in order to get a bill paid. Or
you should. It's on you. You got it on you already.
Oh, God. You know what?
No, I have to have
I cannot stand you.
We get ready to close up episode 8, but I want to let everybody know, all the ladies, to be honest, to be so honest with you. It's not based upon sex. It's based on, for me, and I assume that Zach, even Keke, anybody that you're doing stuff for, you have to have a connection with. You have to, and like Zach said, you got to know the finesse. You got to know, because it is, Keke, you know it for fact. It's a move that dudes can't pull. That there's women that are out here getting free meals. They know that. They like, yo, I get a free meal here. I get a free meal here. I'm going to eat here. I'm going to go to this trip. They know how to finesse the play. So women get so bent out of shape, but then if you really holler at them for real, they're going to be like, yeah, okay, I know people do that. So that's the thing.
It's not even about paying. It's just about not wanting to feel used or finesse. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, then date the right girls. Date you a nice big girl with all this magic, and she'll treat you right, and as long as you buy her, food and drinks. So we good.
Well, let me tell you something. I'm a married man. I found the right one, so I'm done.
Well, we know you did, Chad. We ain't talking about you.
I'm just letting you
know. Right.
Yeah.
You see. And anyway, you snack size. I can't believe they called you snack size. That's hilarious. All right, y'all. We're going to wrap up episode 8 again. Remember, thank y'all for real. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing. Keep subscribing. Keep sharing. You can check us out everywhere. We made the episode 8. That's 2 months of podding, guys. So congratulations on that. We're doing it big. Any last words to tell people?
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Subscribe and tell your people. Share the podcast, man. We appreciate everybody who's grown with us on the ground level. Yeah. Every comment, every share, every repost, we greatly appreciate it, man. Straight up.
Yep. So keep it up. Follow us everywhere at What More Podcasts, Twitter, Instagram, all of that. And keep sharing, keep liking, keep, cussing us out in the comments if you need to.
Absolutely. That'll do it for episode 8. We'll see y'all next week, suckers.
Peace.